Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we? It's Monday. How's things? I seem very quiet tonight. Why am I so quiet? Hello. How am I sounding? Sound okay? Kate, hello. How are you? Welcome in. Sorry, I'm a little late again. Let's just get the habit now. I sound fine. Marvellous. Tony, hello, my friend. How are you? Hey, guys. How's things? How's your weekend? What have you been up to? It's Monday. Here we are again. Now, of course, Monday, new Gamebook Day. Because obviously things are moving around, especially what with this Thursday being Nips. And so on and so forth. We had a good weekend, but I'm kind of down today. Oh, well, if it's any consolation, we're all feeling pretty flat here as well. Jason's full of the cold. Lindsay's absolutely shattered after another long weekend. We've been down south and everything with Jay, and full of the cold. But at least I can't spread it here. So, there's a lot of it going about. I'm just hoping that I stave it off a little bit longer. We thought we were at the end of all of this stuff, and no, there's another one. Jason's been asked to go to National Youth Theatre rep for a second interview. So he was already in part of the National Youth Theatre, but this is the actual learning side of it this year. It's like doing a degree course. So he's we've just been organising that. So it's another whistle-stop tour down to Manchester this time at the end of the month, which I can't go because I have no holidays left to take. So because my holiday year kicks in again on the 1st. So yeah. Hey Joe, how you doing? Well, we're still getting over the other stuff. So Central went well, by all accounts. He seemed to really enjoy it. Although it was all of 45. All of this whole weekend for 45 minutes. We thought we were going to be there for at least 2 or 3 hours. 45 minutes. Lindsay was in the middle of a coffee shop at the Wallace Museum, she said. I want to say Wallace is in Wallace and Mrs. Simpson, but I'm not sure. Basically, it's a Victorian house, which has got 45 minutes. It's a Victorian house which is absolutely loaded of stuff. Downstairs, there's all guns and knives and swords and pikes and all that sort of stuff. But upstairs in the art section is the original Laughing Cavalier. So she was going. So she sent me a picture of Laughing Cavalier and going, Red, is it real or is it not? Just like in Animal Crossing. So that was quite amusing to see. But it's like, Laughing Cavalier, it's amazing. And again, she said it's like tiny. It's really small. Much like Mona Lisa's only about D big, I believe. In reality, it's only about just slightly bigger than A4. 45 minutes. So the National Youth Theatre rep one is 3 hours. 3 hours. So that sounds like somewhere Holmes would go. Indeed, which is good. Now, Joseph said he's probably not going to be here tonight, but he has given us or given me a bunch of clues for us to attempt to use. So he says we should go and visit Dorian. In fact, he said, you can't get anywhere near it because of the crowds. Yes, exactly. All the eggs, all the paint. Now then, he said, unfortunately, I won't be able to make it tonight, but here are a few hints. Dorian Gray's mansion should be your first port of call. Here you may uncover some more SAE, which will open up some more things in the Westerner estate for your next visit, and once you have everything you need from there, you may want to return to a certain park. Anyway, good luck, and I'll check things out on the recap tomorrow. Excellent, thanks, Joseph. Much appreciated. So that's where we'll sort of head our way out towards, I guess, tonight. Trying to think of where we left ourselves last week. I think in the North Quarter, or 591. So no, maybe that's that might be the West Quarter then, where Dorian's place was. But yeah, so that's 591. No, we are actually, yes, we've gone all the way back to. We had our third visit in the South District, so we probably want to go home. What time is it? What time of day is it? It is noon on the 7th day. We've got 2 more days before we have to go to a specific passage on day 9. But at the moment it's noon, so we could drive home. We could drive home. We could waste the day, read our book, get some sleep, and then leave in the morning to get to North District. Or we could go at night, if you fancy. I don't mind. The choice is yours. We are currently in South District, because obviously we went back to Westerner Estate. We did, I think we did 388. Yeah, so we did Westerner Estate again for the 3rd time. But that was pretty much it. So he says we really should go off and go into the North District with Dorian Gray is. Hey Sam, how you doing, friend? We literally just started. How are things? What's a cooking with you, my friend? All good, not long bad from basketball stuff, whilst also sorting some prediction league stuff out. Nice. So I guess that's the question for us now, as well as, like Nathan, nerding out royally over that splendid clock site he shared. Oh, I've not seen. Was that on? Where was that on? Was that on a Discord? Or was that on Blue Sky? Give me ideas. So it should be on general chit chat on the Discord and Blue Sky. Oh, okay. I'll have a look after. So yeah, let us. Lots of very fine recreations of your BBC ITV clock, except of off telly. Oh right, yeah. Is this This isn't ZX's stuff, is it? I have to go and have a look now. How dare you! Curses. It's probably easier if I go to the Discord. That one. Oh yes. Oh, okay. Well, yes, I would like to see a website where I can recreate over 180 on-screen clocks from various UK and TV Irish companies, or UK and Irish TV companies. That's amazing. Oh, that's cool. Well, that's cool. Good lord. Yes, right. Okay. Well, there's a thing to absolutely lose yourself in a rabbit hole. Then, I said, I'm going to take. So it is different. Okay, so I'm going to take. That's fine. Ability to change time and record is giving me a lot of ideas here. I suggested continuity as lead-in for the likes of OTC for a laugh. Yeah. Fantastic, fantastic. Right, okay, so why don't we crack on with getting some of this stuff done and see what the heck is going on. Righty. So the first choice, as I said, is basically we are in South. We're in Western. Well, we've just been to Western Estate. We're in the South District. We really should. It's daytime. We should probably go. Oh, actually, we can travel straight to North. Actually, if you fancy, because I believe we can. If you choose to leave town and visit another district, turn to 596. Yes. Oh no. So yeah. So that was the option. So shall we do that? Would you like to go straight to North? Oh, I should have the overheads going. Let's get that up and running. There we are. Got the cameras and everything sorted out, so we're good. We've got our info sheet, so we can flip between the two. Just let me know if you want to see any of the other stuff that is. So at the moment, we've got Dragon Sword, we've got an Ancient Tome, we've been to the crew, and to be honest, we can probably get a shot of this because this is all done now. We don't need that anymore. That was for information purposes. We have a rapier, a holster, a revolver, the gun book, a violin, a crowbar, and one captain's cabin. Oh, in fact, we could just probably ditch those as well. No point in worrying about those. Western House. Oh, these are the notes that we made previously. Madame Colette's Boutique we've done. So it's Dorian Gray's is the ideal place to go to today. So how would you like to get there? Because we have some money. We have 12 shillings this time that we managed to garner from those robbers that we fought last week on our walk back, which I hope we don't have to replicate today. So what would you like to do? Let me know what you want to do. So say Joseph suggests we go north. We can get there straight away from south. We just one trip, either walking or driving, whichever you fancy. Just put your thoughts in chat, and we will crack on. Pencil. I need a pencil. There we go. A pencil. Or have I lost everybody? I've lost everybody. North end of Joseph suggests. Excellent. Okay. So we will go to 596, then we can make our choices from there. So it's afternoon. So I guess the case is: do we want to travel by coach, which will cost us 5 shillings, or do we want to walk again and we take the possibility that we have a random encounter? Although the last time we got money. So, last time. I mean, the time before that we got money and gifts. The last time we ran into a bunch of people that had to fight them. So, again, choices. It seems to be like there's about half a dozen options, and there is let's say, a 2 in. What's that? So that's 66, 65, 55. So there's about a 1 in 27 chance of hitting the robbers again. Hey, Maze, how you doing? Death in Paradise has just finished. Nice. We still haven't watched. We watched the Christmas one. We still haven't watched the series yet. We'll get all of Jason's stuff out of the way first, and then we'll catch up. So the question on is: we're going to head north. Would you like to take the coach? We have 12 shillings. The coach is going to cost us 5, or we could walk, and we might have an encounter. What is the last one this coming Friday? Already? Good Lord. Joe would like to go walk. I think that's a good decision. So yeah, so it's C for coach, W for walk, I guess. So let's put Joe down for a walk. A long walk off a short here. Nice Nice legs you got there. I agree with the walk, but not in the Black Forest. What's wrong with the Black Forest? Why do we not walk in the Black Forest? Because there's evil lurking there. Go on, give me one more for a walk and we'll take the walking option and we'll just splat through it. Tony, what do you reckon? Walking coach? Because Horst Jankovitz expects royalties. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Oh. Hey, Nathan, you're welcome. We're literally just back in and walking. Right.
Hi, Nathan.
Let's go walk. Hi, Jason.
How we doing?
We're good. We're good.
What on
Tony said walk. What?
What is that random encounters table?
This one? Well, you'll find out in a minute. I'm just about to roll and find out. It's walking.
Huh?
What is she laughing at?
Oh, probably Cookie.
Ah. Oh. Everybody says hello and you've just walked off. Hello, half of Jason's head, said Joe. What's up?
Jay left the purple case open on
Yes.
red.
I did, because they were in.
Bendy jumped into it
Uh-huh.
and has his tail at the one corner at the back and
Yeah.
is kind of sat at the front. Cookie is next to the corner where his tail is flicking and keeps reaching over and going bap, 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 bap.
What is she like?
What are you like?
Do you want to see this encounter?
Yeah.
Right, hold on. Right, so first of all, guys, I need two dice. So colours, please. First two colours chosen. Jason, if you want to choose a colour.
Purple and gold.
Purple. Well, I haven't got purple.
Well.
I can do purple and yellow.
Okay.
What's she like anyway? Not Linda Cherry. No, red. Oh, red, black, red, black.
Ooh, red and black go.
Yeah, no, I know. It's the first that comes up with. Oh, so two for red. So red's the first one.
Purple and red.
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Purple, right? So purple and red. There we go. Okay, so red's the first one. So that's going to be our tens. That's a 5. And that's a 2. The answer is 52. And that says nothing happens. 10 to 39. Excellent.
I'm assuming no news is good news here.
That's good, no, because the last time we did 1007 and we had 4 ruffians trying to beat the crap out of us and it took us like 15, 20 minutes of game time to actually beat them. And I had to cheat to beat them in the end. So and Joseph was mildly annoyed at me.
Look, we just took the multi-fingered approach, and it
Well,
was
as I said,
fine.
it was such a nightmare. I had to make some choices to keep the flow going because otherwise I would have lost everybody.
Divine intervention. That's all I'm saying. The hand of God just.
In comes
fucking
3 sledgehammers.
Minor Willie.
Yep.
In comes 3 sledgehammers and 12 kumquats to save the day.
Yes, here they come to save the day. All the kumquats on their way.
You have S6 turned to.
Right, anyway, the good thing is we have got nothing to worry about. And we're off to 39, and we're going to go see Mr. Dorian Gray. Holmes has friends in high places. He does. Other datas are not available. Depending on what type of data is marked on your day cycle, you must now do the following. It is afternoon because we have to move the cycle on 1. No, it's evening. It's evening. Good evening. Move the day cycle on 1. What? Oh. Do if we say V0? No, we don't. Okay. If it is morning, move the day cycle on 1 and choose a district to go to. North. Oh, I see. Yes, if it's afternoon and evening, move the day cycle on 1 and choose a district to go to. North, east, south, or west. So I believe we're going. No, hold on a second. We want to go west. I believe 353. Let me just double check. I think that's the right one. West. Who? Oh, now the cats are getting admonished. What? Oh. It's night time, and there is no Dorian Greys. Oh, no. Oh, are you? Are you? Ooh. You're on your brand spanking new all fancy Dan upgraded internet tonight, so hopefully we should be a bit quicker in replying to stuff. Ooh, that's lush. That's lush. No, this is the right place for Dorian Gray. We just can't go to it. So H22. Oh, hold on. Yes, we can. Yes, we bloody well can. We can, because we have H22, and we have H22, and we can. So that's good. So 353. Although it's allegedly nighttime. Welcome to the West District. Here you will find a number of interesting shops and sites, including the Mansion of Dorian Gray, one of the most famous socialites who rumour has it never seems to age. Then there is Mrs. Lovett's Pies, rumoured to be the best pies in London, etc., etc. It's night time. Well, it says it's night time, so we might be able to do some stuff, and then we might have to find somewhere to kip. Oh yes, that's right. We could always go to the opium den because it's cheap there. Remember, it's only like 2 shillings and no smoking. But we can go to Dorian Gray's mansion, H22. Shall we do it? Yes or no? Dorian Gray, yes or no? Or would you like to go so? Yes, no, or other, if you would like to go somewhere else. Maisie Bugs, yes. Nathan's, yes. Kit's, yes. Yes, shouts Edward. And yes, Tony. Excellent. I like that. A full house. Off to Mr. Dorian Gray's mansion, then H22, turn to 94. That's a whole 6. That's amazeballs. 94. Who is excited for Thursday? There are some absolutely cracking matches coming up. I can tell you that for nothing. In fact, I should probably run the can I run the reel? Maybe I can run the reel. Maybe I can run the reel for you in a minute. Let's see how we go. You knock at the door of Dorian Gray's mansion and find that nobody is at home. When you have all of the class clues necessary, you can attempt the following conclusion. R1 times 10 minus R2 times 4 divided by R3 equals. If you're unable to complete the conclusion, you see no reason to be here and decide to return to the West District. So we must return to Mr. Dorian Gray's. Yes, we do have nips. We must return to Mr. Dorian Gray's during the day. So I think it's worth us getting some kip, perhaps. This is 94. Conclusion. Now, before I do anything, I will check, just in case Holmes has anything to say about 94. He does not. Which is a shame. But never mind. So we want R1 times 10 minus R2 times 4 divided by R3. Ooh. And we have none of those. Why does that not show us on... That's interesting that we don't have any of those listed on our sheet. Was I reading out the formula for a quadratic equation there? Well, sort of. It's the evidence thing. I'm sure I had x2 plus x plus y equals 0 in there. Would you like to see the advert for Thursday? Flashback.as at level higher maths. I know. Would you like to see the advert for Thursday? Go on then. All right, hold on then. Let's pull this up. Let's go back to chat, and then I must have. Do I have one? Let's try that one. Let me find the file. Because we're going to run it from here this week, as opposed to down at Steve's. Here we go. Right. So I would like it to be that, please. And we'll go there and we'll pop that on. And why is there? Aha. Oh, what's going on here? Come on. Oops. What's happened to the capture? What is it doing? What is going on there? Wow, that's totally what is going on with that window capture. Hold on a second. Capture method automatic. Yeah, it's fine. Or we just go do that and we'll just so let's get a shot of it because it's easier just to get rid of it. Yes. Window capture. That existed. Let's go for that one. Hello. There we are. That's better. Here. Have this. Hey Steve, how you doing, mate? No, we're just teeing up Thursday's Nips, which is the wrestling thing that we do through Noisebox Radio, which I'm affiliated to as a DJ and a presenter on 2 or 3 times a year, and it's silly fun. And yeah, going up against the Noisebox quartet of Steve, myself, Maisie, and Tara. So each of the matches will roll forwards in relation to what was the 9X Arena by any chance. I don't know. You need to ask Doc, who's not here tonight. You're loving that the arenas. Yes. Oh no, they're definitely. Yeah, we're definitely down that way this week. There's a whole. So tomorrow night, they're leading up. So last week they did some stuff. Tomorrow night they got a whole load of stuff. Or is it tonight they're doing it? I can't remember. And then us on Thursday. So Doc is an absolute legend. He is. And it's the main avatars are all by him. Yep. It's going to be fun. It's going to be absolutely bonkers fun. So yes, that's all coming up on Thursday, which is why I've moved the book streams, because I don't mind missing out the odd Minecraft stream, but I do get. We always seem to tend to take Thursdays for other things, so that impacts on obviously doing the books, which is why I wanted to move the books back to Monday, so that we get more chance of doing the books more often and less interruptions on these, which is, especially when we've got something like this. And we're already 11 weeks into this, and we're barely scratching the surface. Make sure Chronically Ill You kicks ass, yes. Noisebox Yeet Express, it is indeed. So we are at 94, as I said. So we're going to have to come back another day. I would suggest we were going to get some sleep in the opium den and hit hit Mr. Dorian Gray up in the morning, see if he's around, see if he can answer some questions for us. How do we reckon? Shall we do just that? Places we can stay, obviously, are on page 353, which was 356, 354, 353. The Berkeley Hotel, the Police Constabulary, Madame Claudette's Boutique, Mrs. Lovett's Pies, of course, the Opium Den, the West District Sewer. I don't think we've got anything for V38. No, we don't. W31. No, W34. So, yeah, V35, H7. No, we don't have H7 yet. And we don't have W32, but we do have H22, and that's Dorian Gray's Mansion. But we've been there, and that's that. So, options. Berkeley Hotel, if you want, it's going to cost us an absolute fortune. The Opium Den is cheap, according to Joseph last week. And I think we kind of stayed there for like two quid, something like that. So, yeah. Let's back to playing Sherlock stuff, please. There we go. Can we keep at Dorian's? No. We can't get in, so unfortunately. And if you've seen Penny Dreadful, you'll know that you wouldn't get any kip at Dorian Gray's anyway. Because he's an absolute sex fiend. He'll have you up all night. Male or female. So, got that to look forward to if you fancy. Not right now. No, I think it's either Berkeley, I mean, the Police Constabulary, I suppose, or the Opium Den. Although I don't suppose we could try. I presume Mrs. Lovett's Pies are closed at this time of night. Yeah, no, it's closed. Does Holmes know about the picture? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I mean, I presume that's the point. Is we would need to. Presumably, if we get to Dorian's, we can go a bit of a scanting. We might actually come across the painting. You never know. But Joseph says we definitely should go there because there's lots of clues. So I think there's a whole load of clues to be got in this section now, especially by going to Dorian's. So if we get a kip. Yeah, tried to show my own picture. No, you're fine. So I think the choice is: do we want to go and pay money at the Berkeley, or are we going to go to the Opium Den? I think that's the only two options we've really got. So H for hotel, O for Opium Den. I will narrow it down for you and make it simple. Tony and Snoopy both want to go to the hotel. Okay. Expensive. Nathan's going to the hotel. We're not going to the Opium Den. Oh. We did the den before. She says, well, yeah, but it's cheap. 2 shillings. Can't guarantee you get in. I mean, all the hotels seem to be the same. So, I think it's just like you can get a expensive meal and a decent kip. But I don't know. It's hey. This is democracy manifest. Can we afford the hotel? We have 12 shillings at the moment. So yes. I would say that this is.
Gentlemen, this is democracy manifest. Get your hand off my penis!
Early in the week for some opium. What's cheapest? The Opium Den, for sure. For sure, the Opium Den. But so far, 3 people want to go to the hotel. So, unless anybody else is shouting, and you can tip this, there's enough people in chat to tip this if you want to, but that's entirely up to you. I'm seeing six in chat at the moment. 3 of you voted one way. Oh no, 4. Kit has also voted for the hotel, so we're hoteling. We are hoteling. 979. Ooh. The Berkeley Hotel. Hey, how come people get to pay to get their own way? Yeah, no, you're changing it. Well, it's too late. It's still 3-2. I hate to tell you. It's 3-2. Oh no! 3. Oh no! 3 apiece. Oh my God! You bunch of loons. Joe coming in there with opium at the end. Right. So it's now 50-50. So choose a dice, please. First 2 colours. I had them in a nice order as well. So it's red and blue makes purple, and blue and yellow makes green, and then black and white. So, colours. No, you're fine. Please don't be sorry. Addicts, a lot of you, yes. Let the die decide. Purple is up first. Is that the OK Go song? Purple. Right, that's it. We're all going purple. So, 1 to 3 is the hotel. 4 to 6 is the opium den. It's a 2, so you go to the hotel. So that's that decided. Right, hotel. The Berkeley Hotel is a popular choice amongst the upper class. If you wish to stay here, it will cost you more than usual. Oh my God. Actually, it's going to cost us 10 shillings. You can change your mind, right? You can change your mind. But the comfort of the fresh sheets and the use of the ensuite bath will significantly increase your stamina when you wake up the following morning. Although we are at full stamina. Or, well, no, we're at 22, which is 2 off 24. So because we ate last week. On your way into the hotel, you notice a gift shop selling the following: flowers for 2 shillings, chocolates for 2 shillings. If you wish, you can purchase either of these and add them to your inventory. If you wish to sleep here, it's 10 shillings, and in the next passage, when it tells you to raise your stamina to 24, you can instead raise it to 30, unless wounded, sick, or infected, and turn to 972. If you wish to take a bath here, it's 2 shillings. This will ensure that all smells of the street and sewer are washed away from you. If you choose to do this, plus 6 stamina, and add SAE D41. If you wish to return to the West District, turn to 353. So, you can have say D41. Do we have a D? Let's have a D. Say D. No, we have to add it in. D. No, we would have to add these things in. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. The opium den doesn't have an ensuite. No, it doesn't. So, we've got 12 shillings right now. It's a 10 shillings for the room, but we can push our stamina up to 30. We could take a bath, and that will add 6 stamina, which takes us back up to our 24, but we also get this SAED 41, whatever that is. Or we just walk away. We just walk away and we go and kip in the... We can't afford room and bath. You can, absolutely. That would be 12 shillings in total, but it does leave us with 0 money. Which means we're then going to have to go out and find somewhere to fight. Which allegedly is possibly in the East End, behind the butchers. Again, according to Joseph. So those are options. So your choices are sleep, You can sleep and up our stamina to 30. We can take a bath and up our stamina to full, 24. Plus we get the D41, whatever that is. Or we can do both, but I'm not sure that actually makes any difference because the bath isn't really going to give us any advantage in stamina. Behind the butchers in the East End, it's one called Pat. Yes. Sleep and push our stamina to the limit, says Steve. Oof. Sleep, says Tony. Right, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right then, so 10 shillings, yes. Everybody happy with that? Give me a wine chat now. Just double, triple checking before we move on. Sam's up for a yes. Maisie says no. Nathan says yes. Kit and Steve say yes. We're worth it, yes. Joe saying no. Well, 4-2 so far. And Tony's coming in with the wires. That's 5-2. I don't think we're going to get any better than that. So that's I'm afraid we're going to sleep in the hotel, which means our shillings go down to a whopping 2. But that's fine because our stamina has just gone up to 30. Woohoo! That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to sleep here. 10 shillings down. Stamina's 24, raised at 30, turned to 972. Hold on a second. 979. Anything on the outskirts of the hotel? 979. 967 If you have SAH8, we don't. Turn to 636. Okay. 972. And sadly, nothing for 972. Okay. If you were sleeping away from home and have an event occur, blah, 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 blah. No, we don't. Not yet. Storage stamina. Reset the day cycle to morning. Move the day on. So tomorrow, when we kip the next time, we definitely have a thing to do. However, we're in the West District. It is morning. I'm going to nip very briefly. Don't forget we nicked those 10 shillings off the banners. Yes, very true. Very true. Now let's return to the district. We went to sleep in, which was West. 483. And I must just very briefly nip to the West District Day. And we could go to Dorian's. Right. Give me 2 minutes. And I will be right back. But yeah, I mean, it's basically, again, so Berkeley Hotel, Police Constabulary, Madame Claudette's Boutique, Mrs. Lovett's Pies, the Opium Den, West District Sewers, and the Dorian Gray's Mansion. So that's it. That's where we're going. I'll be back in a moment. 2 seconds. I meant to say, do you like today's t-shirt? It's John. Right. Are we off to Miss Dorian Gray's? Would you like to go to Dorian's? I wrote my step aside John one Saturday. Oh, you're step aside John? Ah, nice. Yeah, it's my favorite. It's my old. It's this is one of the original. So this is going back to. Oh, good lord! This must be 20. When did we get this one? Oh, 2017, 2016. It's one of his oldest t-shirts. Dorian Gray. Joe would like to go see Dorian Gray. I think that's a good idea. I'm going to mix this up a little bit. Mix this up. That's a Callie beaten one. More CEOs called John than female CEOs. Yeah. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Sad state of affairs. But hey, what are you going to do? We had a massive fire in Glasgow last night. Big building, big corner, 175-year-old building. Lost, gone, totally gone. Survived 2 world wars, and a vape shop exploded. Lithium battery in a vape shop exploded and took the whole lot out. 30 fire crews. Yeah, no. There ain't going to be any trains out of Central for quite some time. An architect said it might be. They can't even put a time on it. They can't even put a time on it until they've done the full structural survey. They just don't know, because it's not just the structure. It's all the infrastructure, because that fire, that heat, dissipating through the ground, and could have caused Christ knows how much damage below ground, as much as on the ground floor as well. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. There's going to be no trains for quite some time. Oh yeah, no, it was absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. It's taken the whole corner out. So cafe that we were in, literally walked past last weekend. The low levels are getting rerouted. But the main line, there's Scotland's busiest train station is dead. It is just not moving. There's nothing. I don't know if we're going to look at starting and terminating south of the river, but Argyle Street's low level. Argyle Street's low level. It's Queen Street, but Queen Street serves the north, and you have to go to Falkirk to come back round to get down onto the southern lines. There's nothing to junk it across. So no, I think they'll have to go further south. Pollokshaws maybe Pollokshaws would be the next sort of area, but I just don't know. Oh, I bet it will be. Yeah. Anyway, thankfully, Lindsay was back home and Jason was well out of the area by the time it kicked off big time. So that's all that I'm concerned about. No, we can still go. There's nothing to stop you going. I just don't know what you'll see. That's all. Anyway, Mr. Dorian Gray's, I believe. Shall we head to Mr. Dorian Gray's? I think we should. 322. I'm going to take us to Dorian Gray's. Oh, we went to 483. 322. Did Jay hear it explode from where he was? Not as far as I'm aware. No, he was still in. So he would still be in. It's quite a way away. I say way away. It's. I don't know. So where it happened. He's a block, 2 blocks over, but about 10 blocks north of where it happened. And so he probably wouldn't have heard anything because they're inside. And where they are tends to be at the very back. And so they're at the back of the building, which is Cadden's side, as opposed to Renfrew Street side, or Sockhill Street side. So they were way away from it. So they wouldn't have heard it. They said that it was only people who were local actually heard the explosion of the batteries, and it was 2 local guys who tried to run in and tackle it in the first instance. But as soon as the batteries started exploding, they got the hell out. And once they go, if you've seen footage of lithium batteries go up on the buses, that row of buses that just went in Germany in minutes, it's such an intense fire. And you can understand why it ripped through the building. It's just such a shame because the cafe in the corner is called Sexy Coffee, and that's gorgeous. And then right next to that, going up to the station, you've got the Kingfisher, one of the most famous, one of the oldest chippies in Glasgow. You saw a video of the vape fire. Wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, and that's exactly right, Tony. That's what they're saying now, is that nobody should have vape shops in commercial buildings in town. They're saying, holy shit, that's something nobody had thought of, and suddenly bang, yeah. So it's just bonkers, absolutely bonkers. Right, 3:22, and let's see what Mr. Dorian Gray has to say for himself. He probably doesn't vape. I remember seeing a video of a waste site explosion where a load of batteries went. Yeah. Still amid the fire that gutted the Hotspur Press. Yes, that's right, of course. And there was the one in Keighley last year as well. Famous old hotel building that suddenly mysteriously went up in flames. Right, 3:22. If you have SAH 22, turn to 661. We do. Means we can go up to the top of the page. That's lucky because I'll read you what happens because it's the first time here. But we have the one that we need, so we're going to do it. So if we didn't have this was what happened. Entering through the gates, you approach the grey mansion and knock on the door. Within moments, a thin, tall, gaunt man answers. Can I help you? He says in a monosyllabic, expressionless voice as he looks past you, almost as if he was in a trance. Yes, I would like to see the master of the house, if I may. My name is Dr. John Watson. I have some questions I would like to ask him about 2 friends of mine, one who has died by suicide and another who is missing. He says nothing and simply turns on the spot, walking away slowly before he returns moments later to say, The master will see you now. Follow me. You follow the butler through to a lavish-looking lounge with paintings on the walls and mahogany furniture scattered around. And as you enter, you find Dorian reclining on a long couch. He is a young-looking, handsome man with boyish features and a long mane of raven black hair. Ah, Dr. Watson, I presume, he says. Come in and make yourself comfortable. Thank you, you say, but I would rather stand. I won't be staying long. Ah, that'll be all heap, Dorian says as he dismisses his butler before turning back to you. So, I understand you have some questions for me about 2 of my friends. That's right. Well, don't stand on ceremony. Ask away. I recently saw a suicide note left by your friend, Alan Campbell. It said that he couldn't live with the guilt of what he'd done. Do you have any idea what that might have been? Oh, I'm sure it could have been a great number of things. He was no angel, and often did things that could be considered immoral, and by defamation, regretful. But, in the circles I moved, most people have. I wonder if I might have anything to do with the disappearance of another friend of yours, Basil Hallward. Basil's not missing. The papers blow these things out of proportion. He merely left to start a new job in San Francisco. It was a very spur-of-the-moment thing, and he didn't tell anyone except me. He never did like goodbyes. That seems very convenient. Well, call it what you will, but it is the truth. Now, would that be all, or do you have other questions? Realising you're at a loss, you now decide to leave. But we don't have to. It'd be demolished, yes. Those shops are absolutely everywhere. They are. Most high streets are nothing but vape shops and charity. Yep. Is this definitely the right entry? I don't remember anything about a suicide note. My mind is hearing Watson a la David Burke. Well, I can only say that is what would have happened if we had turned up there normally. But we have H22, so therefore we go to 661, and we'll find the real thing. Presumably Holmes must have known something about it, and there was maybe a bit at the beginning that we kind of glossed over. I don't remember. Entering through the gates, you approach the grey mansion and knock on the door. Within moments, a thin, tall, gaunt man answers. "Can I help you?" he says in monosyllabic, expressionless voice, as he looks past you almost as if he was in a trance. Aha, there we go. Now we're going to do it as Sherlock Holmes. "Yes, I would like to see the master of the house, if I may. I'm a detective. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I have some questions I'd like to ask him about. A young lady who was attacked recently. Her name is Lucy Westenra." He says nothing and simply turns on the spot, walking away slowly before he returns moments later to say, "The master will see you. Follow me." You follow the butler through to a lavish-looking lounge with the paintings on the walls and mahogany furniture scattered around. As you enter, you find Dorian reclining on a long couch. He is a young-looking, handsome man with boyish features and a long mane of raven black hair. "Ah, Detective Holmes, I presume," he says. "I believe you have some questions for me about a particular young lady." "That is correct," you say. "How well do you know Lucy Westenra?" "Well, quite well, I would say. We move around in the same social circles and have crossed paths many times." "Your most recent meeting was at a party you hosted, I believe?" "Yes. I'm assuming you heard about what happened to her on that same night?" "Oh, yes, nasty business." "Nasty business," Dorian says. "It isn't safe to go anywhere these days, but I hope you are not insinuating that I had anything to do with her attack." "Oh, no," you say. "Of course not. I never make accusations until I have the evidence to back them up. No, I merely mention it to see if you may have witnessed anything at the party that could possibly shed some light on the incident." "Such as?" "Well, her behaviour, for one, or anyone she may have spoken to, particularly if she had any heated conversations." "Actually, now you mention it, I do recall her having an argument with a tall man with dark hair. I think he might have been some sort of lord or a count. I can't remember, but what I do remember is how she left soon after, and he appeared to follow her out." "Can you remember anything else about this man?" you ask. No, I'm sorry," Dorian replies, "although I did have a photograph taken that night with everyone who was present. It is possible that he may have been in it. Heap, could you bring the photograph that was taken from the party, please?" The butler then leaves and returns a few minutes later with a large photograph that Dorian looks at for a few moments before handing it to you. "Well, I'm sorry to say it doesn't seem that all the head gentleman doesn't appear to be present for the photo," he says. "You may still find something of use in it, though." You now hold up the photograph and look for Lucy amongst the crowd. Fortunately, she stands out from the rest in her beautiful blue dress and expensive jewellery. The most prominent piece she is wearing is a pendant with the ruby inside, and upon closer inspection you notice a ring on her finger. If anything else, this picture proves that she was wearing those particular items on that night. After thanking Dorian for his advice and help, you now decide to leave, add evidence V2, and remove SAEH22. Oh, okay. We now have V2. Handy rocket thing. V2. V2 is 43. And H22 goes bye-bye. Boo! That was quite handy. Now, however, do we have anything for Holmes to deduct before we move on? 661. Come on, Holmes. Bring it home to Daddy. Nothing. Boo! Oh well. Nothing there. So, moving on to 483. So, back at West District, daytime. What do you fancy? We still have, literally we can go anywhere you like. Opium Den, Mrs. Lovett's Pies, Berkeley Hotel, Police Constabulary, Madame Claret's Boutique again, the West District Sewers. But that's it. That's it. Because we now don't have H22, and we've done Dorian's Mansion. So it's any of those things, or we wait until dark, or we go to another district. What do you fancy? Pies? Everybody wants a pie? Pie, the Opium Den, a pie. So it's made about pie. So I guess the options are P for pie, O for opium. As long as we don't get turned into pies. Well, exactly. Edward wants pies. But does he also want to play pies? Me have no pies. Basically, to go and see basically to go and see Dorian, so we'd get that clue, and then head back to Westerner. He says, I think ideally we want some couple of bits to be able to go back to Westerner with, and then we want to visit the park, he said. I think we should go and have a look at pies. 3.1415927 pies. 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 Right, pies. 144. Bear in mind, we've got 2 shillings. So if they're more expensive than that, we ain't buying any. So we can't taste the wonders of pie. But at least we might be able to talk to somebody. What did I say? Oh. I turned to what I thought was the entry in pies, and it was the Opium Den again. A couple of bits from Dorian's Mansion. Did we miss something? No. So I think he said go to Dorian. So he said, but here are a few hints. Dorian Gray's mansion should be your first port of call. Here you may uncover some new SAE which will open up some things in the Westerner estate for you next visit. Right. So now we have... Ah, yes, because we required... It's not even on screen. Hold on. We required... Oh, V2... It needs evidence U2 and V2. We don't have U2 yet, but we've got V2 for the jewellery box. So there's that. And then he said, once you have everything you need from there, you may want to return to a certain park. Pies. Huh. So we need U2, not that one. Yes, we've got U1, but we haven't got U2, and we haven't got U3. And there's 2 parts to U3. And we haven't got V1, but we do V2. It's very complicated. They are so those are the evidence ones, and he kind of mixes his SAEs with his evidence. So it says if you have SAE D43, there is no longer any reason to return here. So turn to 483, otherwise continue reading. Now D43 was the one that we were going to get if we hadn't taken whatever it was that we took. Anyway. Above the pie shop, you see stairs leading up to a door with a long pole pointed white, with a red stripe curling spiralling around it, the known emblem of a barber. On one of the panes of glass in the window you see the following written. Easy shaven for a penny, as good as you will find any. Besides this is a sign which reads, Assistant wanted, must be young and not afraid of hard work. We won't get anyone an empty stomach, indeed. If you enter the pie shop, turn to 944. If you enter the barber's, turn to 23. Or do you wish to return to the West District? So, is it Mrs. Lovett's pie shop, or is it Sweeney Todd? P for pies, B for barber. Which of these will it be? Helena or Johnny? Exactly. Oh, both Steve and Tony are going for pies. Nathan's going pies. Joe's going pies. Sam's going pies. 5 pies. 5 pies. Is that like the precursor to Five Guys? So like in Victorian London, they had a franchise of pie makers called Five Pies. And you can get them without crust. You just have it in a lettuce leaf with chips and gravy. I'm not hungry. 5 chaps mean 2 veg. Nice, Sam. Nice one. That'll do. Five lads. That's something else, isn't it? Right, off to Mrs. Lovett's then, and her pears. Pears. 944. All right. 5 gentlemen. Yes, five gentlemen. The 5 gentlemen's eating establishment. Five gentlemen's relatively speedy food emporium. Right, Mrs. Lovett's Pies, West District. Upon entering this shop, you find the owner, Mrs. Lovett, busy at work rolling dough behind the counter. She's a large, rounded woman with a friendly face. As she sees you enter, she stops what she's doing and approaches the counter. Hello, my darling, she says. What will you be having? If you don't mind me saying so, you should try one of my meat pies. They're famous, you know. From here, you can purchase the following. A pasty for 1 shilling with plus 2 stamina. 4 chicken legs for 2 shillings plus 1 stamina for each one, can be used to distract rats. A meat pie for 2 shillings is plus 5 stamina. 3 shillings for a meal, which is 8 stamina, must be used immediately after purchase. We don't have enough for that anyway. Beer, 1 shilling, plus 1 to combat rolls and minus 2 to stamina for each pint. You can have up to 3 pints. Must be used immediately after purchase. The effect wears off after you next fight. However, the stamina does not replenish. When you're ready and you return to leave, turn to 483. So, basically, would you like food? It's Miriam. Large rounded, yes. Mrs. Smith, Jones, Davies, expeditious dining. That's only 3 guys. Mrs. Smith, Jones, Davies, and Carruthers. Expeditious dining. No, actually, hold on. Messrs. King, MacDonald, Sanders, something and something. Expeditious dining. 2 shillings is exactly how much we have, and genuinely, we have got enough food. We have got so much food. We've got 3 pasties, 13 chicken legs, and gin. I mean, that's tons. Also, we're at full stamina, so it's pointless us eating. And we don't want to eat the pies, and we haven't got enough for a pie. And I don't want you to eat the pie. Don't eat the pie. We all know where they come from. Sacha Baron Cohen. So I would say there's nothing for us here. I'll go back to 483. We have time to get back to Westenra. Evidence. If we go back to... Oh, God, don't remember how to say the evidence thing. If we have evidence, can we do stuff with it? Yeah, opium den's worthless. We presume if you're... it's not including yellow jackets, yes. Exactly, we can't eat those pies. Mr. Sanders, Goldstein, lovely boys, Finch and Smythe Major and Twit. Expeditious dining and shoes was resold whilst you quaff. Presume you don't want to shave or we shall end up in the pie. I would assume so, but it doesn't give us that option now. So 483 just takes us back to the standard West District stuff. I'll quit while I'm behind. Yes, exactly. Don't eat them. Don't eat them. So, what we can do, given that it's morning, we can travel to... Now, what? Right, give me a second, because I want to know if we go to Holmes's place, right? 596 again. I wish I had these pages up. 596. I don't catch what to go to. Where does it tell me where I can choose where to go to? It's morning and we would like to go to 505. I'm just double checking because this is taking us home to Holmes. Holmes under the hammer. 505. North District, 221 Big Street, 208. $199, 204, 25, 208. If your home's turned to 398, 398. Conclusions. If you make your way to the door, blah, 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 conclusion. F1. So we've done F1, T1. No. What? That's a different one. Oh, that's the U one. But that's V, half of V. T1 times 11 plus 260 minus T2. I got T1 minus times 15 minus T2 plus 19 minus T3. What the hell? Okay, it doesn't make any sense. SAF. We do. We can take the following conclusions. Otherwise, you must wait for the date with the asterisk. J1. Now, we haven't got J1, we haven't got J2. We've only got J3. Parts 1 and 2. So, again, we can't do anything with that, and we don't go to sleep. So, there's nothing to be had. Nothing to be had at Baker Street. What exactly are we investigating? So, the ghostly goings on in the park with the woman that has basically been turned into a vampire. We believe it's a vampire because the dirt on the Demeter tells us that we think it was a vampire. He stole a suit from one of the dead guys on the ship. Oh, he killed the guy and then stole the suit. We know that was one of a pair made for a gentleman, according to Madame Chancery. And we're trying to find more about our girl at Westerner Estate. And to do that, we need more clues to be able to get back in. Can we not ask people questions? No. Not according to the book. There's nothing to be asked. And every time we turn up a police station, they go, "What do you want?" So, I suggest we go back to Westerner. Bit shit. Tis what it is, Tony. You know, it's just it's the way the book rolls, mate. It's the way the book rolls. Yeah, so I would suggest we move from 483 and we go back to South and try and see if we can get in to see our ward yet again. See if we get any more chance of cracking this jewellery box. I'm sure he takes it all on the chin. So, yes, I suggest that we go, we move back. Now, we've got no money, so we're going to have to walk. So, yeah, we're going to 596. 596. Which means we go a wandering 596 by walking. So it's dice choice colour time again, my friends. Dice choice colour time. What's it going to be? Red, purple, blue, green, yellow, black, white. Choosy. First two. First two dice to get two choices. Yellow. They must all think Holmes is an old Paul just walking in and nosing around everywhere. I know. White. Was it red and purple last time? They worked well for us. It was red and purple, but what are you asking for? So far we've got white is now one of our dice. Yellow has had one choice. See, this is the joy of randomness. Red and purple. Red and purple. So we've got red, purple, and yellow. So I need somebody to choose. Who's not made a choice? Red. Steve's gone. Red. There we go. Cool. Red and white. Lovely. So white is the first one, because that was the first one chosen, so that's our 10s. That's a 1. And that's a 4. Nothing happens. 10 to 39. Hooray! Well done. No encounter. Oh, by the way, I think we've now read our book. So we get +2 to stealth. So I'm writing that down. So our stealth is now 8. And our book is done. So if we want to get another book from a library to read, let me know. 39. So 39 basically says, right, where you going and what you're up to, blah, blah, blah. It is, what did I say? It's going to be afternoon. If it's morning, move the day cycle on 1 and choose a district to go to. So we want to go back to south. So that's 591. It is now it is noon. I'm in the South District. So, Westerner Estate, H24. is doable. Yep. So we could go do that and see what happens. So 388. SAH5, which we do, turn to 427, which is our disguise, of course. And this will be our 4th visit, if I remember correctly. This is our 4th visit, turn to 674. Oh, we only get one more visit after this. Okay, what are the chances of a clue being in the library book? On your 4th visit, you arrive to find that Lucy looks far better than when you last saw her. The colour has returned to her cheeks and her breathing is less shallow. She is currently asleep, so you will once again have an opportunity to explore her room. Before you do so, you decide to ask Seward about the sudden change in her health. It's the strangest thing, he says. But whilst all this has been going on, I've still been in contact with the real Van Helsing, and when I gave him an update on Lucy's condition in my last letter, he insisted that I place a vase of garlic buds by the side of her bed. I found it an unusual request, but I did it all the same. The amazing thing is that it does seem to have worked. I haven't seen her looking this well in days. You now enter Lucy's room to continue your investigation. If you investigate the painting, turn to 213, the jewellery box, 142, the keepsake box, boink. So the jewellery box needs evidence U2 and V2. And 615 keepsake needs a key, U1, which we don't have. Do we have U1? No, we have got none of the... No, we have U1. We have U1. Right, we have U1. So we can have a look at the keepsake box, if you like. And then we can try the jewellery box, hopefully. Or we can try the jewellery box first, but we've only got... So the vampire is still actively drinking from it. One would assume so. And that the garlic buds are keeping him at bay. The garlic buds at bay. Is V2 for the jewellery box? V2 is for the jewellery box, yes. And U1 is for the keepsake. I don't know, but we found it, and it is listed. U1, 345. And that was the last thing we got. Before we went to Dorian's. Keepsake box, says Coffee Monster. Right, so here's your choices then. J for jewellery, K for keepsake, P for painting. And that's your lot. I'm going to put Joe down for keepsake box. Tony's going for K for keepsake. Edward, thanks. We got U1 last time we were here. Yes, I think we did. It was in her diary. I think was that not in her diary this last time. Nathan to go for keepsake. And to here. Steve would like to go for jewellery box. And Joe's going keepsake. Okay, right, we will go keepsake, because that's as many as we've got. 615. 615. Looking closer at the box. Ha ha ha! Looking closer at the box, you notice that it is Oh, hold on. I've just realised something really stupid. 2 seconds. No. Okay, I just double-checked because I realised we hadn't checked for evidence at Mrs. Lovett's. Now I have done, and it's all fine. There isn't any. But 615. Looking closer at the box, you notice it is covered in strange markings and has a keyhole in the shape of a crescent moon. You consider using your lockpicks to open it, but find that the lock is far too complicated. You will definitely require the key to open this. Add evidence U1 345. Which we've got, there we go. So that's where we got U1 345 from. What? If you haven't, right. So we still need to find the key. Ah, crap. I'm sorry about that. That was my fault. I got that completely wrong. So needs a key U1. So we need to be able to get all of the U's together to be able to get something out of it. 615. See, U1. And I've got a whole thing that says 615 U1 plus 476 plus U2 divided by 15 plus U3 equals. So we definitely need the other bits of these things to go. Damn it. Jewelry box then, 142. Let me just double check that's the right number from the last place. 674. Presumably it is 674. I thought we had what we needed. My apologies. Jewelry box 142, jewelry box 142, yeah, okay. 142, but we're still going to need to have the other one, I think, aren't we? 142. So I'm not sure where we get it from. Really? Searching through Lucy's jewellery, you find what you would expect to see. Rings, necklaces, beads, earrings, and some brooches. The third, otherwise you can now investigate one of the following. The painting, the keepsake box. This makes no sense. Hold on, 142. Hold on. 615. I'm so rubbish at this. 615. To be able to open this box, you must have all the evidence necessary to complete the following conclusion. U1 plus 476 plus U2. Yeah, so that's what I wrote down before. Right. Which we don't. We only have U1 so far. Okay, so 142. If you have evidence U2, which we don't. 142b. If you have evidence V2, reverse the text below to see what you find. Remembering the photograph that was taken at Dorian Gray's party, you notice that 2 items of jewellery that were present on Lucy that night appear to be missing. The ring she was wearing and a pendant with a ruby in the centre. it is possible that she may have lost them when she was attacked in the park. Aha! Aha! So, we now get add evidence V1 35. So, we now have evidence V1. Which means we can go back and do our V1 plus V2 conclusion. So V1, so it's V1 times 6. So V1 is 35, so it's 35 times 6, which is 210, plus V2 is 43, so 253, minus 21 is 232, so we can write that down, 232, and we just have to work out where we can use it. So do we need to look in the park? Yes. Yes, that's why we're going to go to the park. But, very quickly, 539. So that's good. Huh. Okay. No, we don't have U2. No, we don't. We don't have U2. Right, okay. But 539, and I know we're jumping ahead here, but I'm just having a quick look to see what it says. 5, 3, 9. What? Okay. No, that doesn't make much sense. But maybe 539 under a deduction does. 5. If you have all the clues necessary, you can attempt the following. V1 times 6. So we go back to the park. Which we can still do now, because it's still afternoony. So, yeah, I think it's time to leave Westerner Estate for our 4th time, and hope we can come back one more time, and head down the park. So, so 591. There's nothing else to see. So the ring and the pendant are missing. Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to write that down. Let's write that down, shall we? Ring and pendant are missing from jewellery box. There we go. So there's that. Woohoo! Part life. Part life. 591. Higgins Park, H24 we should still have. Yes, H24 we can go to the park. Turn to 681. 481. Higgins Park is located in the rich part of town, surrounded on one side by trees and the other by a quiet row of 3-storey residential buildings. It is a place where many lords, ladies, and families in respected professions like to take their leisurely walks. The park is relatively small and consists of a pond, a bandstand, and several picnic areas. Surrounding it is a spiky fence, which you imagine is to keep loiterers away after dark. As you enter, you notice a beggar outside the entrance asking for you to spare some change. Other than him, there is an old couple sat on a bench feeding the pigeons, and a businessman with his wife and son sat by the pond. So, 539 is the note that we have down to do the conclusion. V1 plus times 6 plus V2 minus 20, which is 232. I suggest that we go and have a word with the beggar. Another Mr. Daniels. Yes, indeed. All the Daniels. So, who's up for having a chat to the beggar? I hope. Yeah, B's for beggar. So, 539. If you have all the clues necessary, you can attempt the following conclusion. V1 times 6 plus V2 minus 21 equals 232. And I say we go to 232 and see what happens. 288, 253, 233, 232. Playing on a hunch. You ask the beggar if you can see the necklace he keeps on fiddling with. At first he is reluctant, but then eventually shows it to you. You are surprised to see that it is the same necklace that Lucy was wearing in the picture in her on her dresser, and also in Dorian Gray's. Now, just how did a treasure like this come into your possession? You ask. Oh, it's an old family heirloom, the beggar says. I seriously doubt that, since the young lady I spoke of happens to own a pendant identical to that, which conveniently went missing after the attack. Now, tell me the truth, or I will be forced to drag you down to the station. All right, he says. I took it from the girl when she was unconscious. So you were here that night? Yeah. And you witnessed the attack? Well, I didn't exactly see what happened. Oh, during the war. All I heard was two people talking, and then they were screaming. I thought we had. No, we are. Nah, we're now doing this. The next thing I knew, a man leaped from the fence in single bad, and a policeman comes running out after him. It was after this I went back into the park and found the girl lying there, for all I knew she was dead. So I didn't see any harm in taking a few bits before the policeman came back. A few bits, you say, in truth. Well, oh, yeah, there was this ring too. It had a crescent moon on it. A crescent moon, you say. And where's this now? Oh, I sold it to a man who was passing through, he says. I used to work for him. His name's Silas Wegg. It's his own racket in the East District, selling stolen bits and bobs, down by Colsham Green. He wanted this too, but I knew I could get a better price elsewhere if I hung on to it. You mentioned that you heard two people talking before the attack. Do you remember what they said? You ask. No, I don't, but I do remember thinking that the man had an unusual accent. Oh, how so? Well, sort of foreign-like, East European, I think. Thank you, you say. Now, if you want a good price for that locket, I recommend selling it to the West District, and don't take any less than £100. That is the price of ruby you have there. You now have evidence access to Colsham Green in the East District, and SAEH 10. 10. Gosh, excellent. And evidence D1. 575. D1. D1. 575. That's quite a lot. And turn to 681. And we are back at Higgins Park. So, the East End, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing? An hour and 45. So, the question, I guess, is, so now, again, here we are at a point whereby it's late. And if we drive somewhere, we're going to end there in dark. We have got 2 shillings to our name. We could go back to... Oh, that's me to finish. We could go back to... to 1B and kip for free there. And then move on to the East District in the morning. However, that does bring us on to day 9. And day 9, we have a specific thing to do or a place to be. So, the question is, do we do that tonight? Or do we save that for next week? There's your question. It is just after 11:30. I'll be honest with you. I've had a crap few days. I'm bloody knackered. Would you mind if we held it over till next week? Steve's up for next week. Joe needs to bell soon anyway. Let's do that then. Let's hold it over. What we'll do is we'll get ourselves back to Baker Street, okay? And we'll then do, the first thing we'll do is the next morning. I'm good with the holding it to next week. Fantastic. So I'm going to go 681. We're just going to leave the park. We're going to go to 591. Because I don't think there's anything else to be gleaned from anywhere around here right now. 591. I think we're going to head, leave town and visit another district, so 596. 596, of course, taking us to Shanks's Pony. So, colours, please, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, colours, please. Red, purple, blue, green, yellow, black, white. First 2 colours. What have you got for me? We'll quickly get this and we'll get ourselves back to Baker Street and we'll leave it at that point. Red and purple. So, red and purple are brought forward. Green is brought forward. Green is obviously going to be our first one. What else? Blue and purple. Therefore, purple is going to become the second one. So, this is primary. That's a 5. And a 5. The answer is 55. In my best Timothy Claypole, there is no entry 55. Genuinely. 2, 3, 4, 6. There is no entry 55. So nothing happens. We win. $11 gold pieces. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. That's what we get. So, we now have, we now have 13 shillings, I've decided. For entry 404, entry not found. Exactly. So, I've decided that entry 55, in fact, we're going to write this down. So that should go here. Walking. Roll 55. Get 2d6 shillings. Okay. That rule has now been made. That paid for a hotel room. That's very true. So, but we didn't need to. So we're off to. We just go to 39 as per usual. which will take us to where do we want to go next, which will be North District, 38, 39, 39. And we have to go home anyway because we've got this thing the next day and it says you must go home because it says, depending on the time of day, mark 2 days cycle, you must now do the following. If you have SAV0, consult your perception list immediately. No. If it's afternoon or evening, move the day cycle on one and choose a district to go to, north, east, south, west. If it's night, read the instructions in the dawn box and choose a district to go to. Well, anyway, we're going to go north to 35, which then says, welcome to the North District. Blah, 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 blah. Got to go to Baker Street, 208. 35, 208. 208. 208, Julie, not 2008. 398. Make your way. SEH3. No. Wardrobe. Conclusion F1. We've done that one. T1. No, we can't do that one yet. SAEF. Yes, we do. You can also take the following conclusion. J1 times 6. Have we got the J's? We haven't got all the J's yet. Otherwise, we sleep until the next day, turning into 9. 72. If you're sleeping away from home and have any events that goes, you decide at the last moment to not stay in this place and take a coach home. Since you were able to get a refund from where you intended to stay, this pays for the coach. You can now continue on. After a good night's sleep, you wake up bright and early and begin your day. You must now do the following. Restore your stamina up to a total of 24. If you're sick, reset the day cycle in the morning. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, yes. We're now on to there, and it's morning again. And we should go and buy another book so we can read that at some point. If an event occurs on this day, turn to that number. So we are going to go to 5, 9, 4. And that is a thing. Right. And we will do that next week. On Monday. And done. So, there we go. That's that. Thank you very much. That was good fun. I thoroughly enjoyed that. That's much better tonight. Bit of progress, finally. Thank you, Joseph, as always, for giving us the nod, as it were. Because I would be lost. I genuinely would be lost. I think the hardship is doing this as a group. Yeah, I think if you were doing this on your own, you would have copious notes, right? And you would be back and forth, checking all the things. Because we're doing this, and we're not also doing it just a little bit at a time and jumping on. We tend to forget things. But yes, I think we have actually. You're right. I think we've made some progress tonight, and that's been good fun. So thank you guys. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Enjoy yourself for the next couple of days. Off the chart tomorrow is 1989. Is that right? Is that 89? It must be. What would be the 10th? 89. Must be 89. Hold on a second, I can check. Yes, it'll be 1989 tomorrow. 1989 tomorrow. And failing that, I will see you all here on Thursday for Nips, where Steve will be in attendance. I will try. I don't know what's happening. I will try and get online tomorrow for 89. Life is just so all over the place that by the time we get round to getting dinner and everything sorted, half the show's over, and I just feel that it's just if I'm not in at the beginning, I don't get I kind of feel like I'm missing out on it, so I just don't bother. But yes, Nips is going to be good fun on Thursday for sure. So yes, hopefully you've earned some nice points tonight that you can use to vote with on Thursday for the matches, because I think it's going to be absolute mayhem, and it's good fun. There's a lot of really silly characters in there from like the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the noughties. There's a whole bunch of people, and then of course there's Steve, myself, Maisie, and Tara, the Noisebox 4 going up against 4 winners of the previous matches. There's a couple of just for laughs matches as well, and it's going to be absolutely bonkers. So yeah, join us for that on Thursday from 9 p.m. here on Noisebox Radio, and of course twitch.tv/Babel17. Be careful, I've only got 97,323 studs left. Nathan. I'm going to have to develop something that you can spend your money on. I've got a nice picture. Just before we go. So, for the emotes, I've got a really nice picture of Cookie. To turn into an emote. I'm still struggling to get one of Indy, however. But yes, that little face... That little face is an emote. Oh, what's not to love? Eh? What's not to love? And we'll get one of Indy as well. Get one of the Chonky Boy. And we'll get those off to Jay and get them to make this up for us, along with some others. Actually, can you all think... I know I keep asking this and I keep forgetting. But how about next week we take 5 minutes at the beginning of the show to come up with some emote ideas. I do have one, which is one I want Manic Miner with an axe, just chunk. Pretty, she is absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, have a think between now and next Monday on the possibility of some new emotes, please, that you would help promote the channel. Please call the indie emote Chonky Boy. I'll try my best. I don't know how. Yeah, I probably can actually, because it'll be like Babel17 Chonky Boy. And Debo, you want one of Debo? Fine. Get me a nice photo. Oh yes, and I told you so. Yes, I know definitely. I told you so. Yeah. But keep all those ideas for Monday. We'll do it. We'll do it this time next week, and I'll write them all down, and we'll come up with some ideas for some pictures that go with that. All right. So until then, thank you guys. That's been absolutely fantastic. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a great couple of days, and we'll see you Thursday if I don't see you before then. But for now, thank you as always, and a huge thank you to Joseph. Thank you everybody else who's come in tonight. It's been a fun evening, and yeah, we'll see you in a few days' time. Enjoy. Take care, folks. Night, and don't forget. Oh, get the hair out of the way. Hold on. Get the hair, there you go. Just in case that the algorithm tends to throw these sorts of things up as possible thumbnails for the stream.